We begin in Morocco, which is preparing to host global leaders next week. For days now, COP22 talks have been underway in the city of Marrakech. Thousands of delegates are discussing ways to implement the Paris Agreement reached last December. It is the most comprehensive deal to reduce global temperatures by cutting carbon emissions. On Friday, the focus at the COP22 summit has shifted to the private sector. The day has been devoted to business and industry and their ideas for a sustainable low-carbon economy, including the big sticking point for Africa, financing climate change. Well, let's get you an update now on the latest on those talks. I'm joined live from Marrakech by CCTV's Penina Karibe. Penina, of course, today was all about the private sector. Just take us through the highlights of today.
Well, Lindy, discussions today focused on two topics, energy and health. Now, under energy, conversations basically focused on how we can achieve sustainable development goal number 7, which is basically ensuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy to everybody, and ensuring that the same is accessed by over 1 billion people who've got little or no access to electricity, and over 2 billion people who still use smoky, dangerous and solid fuels for heating and cooking. So how health ties in with this is because the World Health Organization did argue that every year over 200 million people die because of environmental related risks. And the World Health Organization did say that despite growing evidence of the environmental risk factors affecting the health sector, there's still very little political action and investments in health. So now there's a growing call to make health a priority when we talk about financing in this COP22. But also developments in the US, Lindy, very much, of course, causing concerns here in Marrakech. You do know, of course, that President-elect Donald Trump did say that he will withdraw the US from the Paris Agreement if elected. And so there's a lot of concerns about that. We did hear from China calling for proper commitment, solid commitment, they said, to implementing the Paris Agreement. And of course, the Chinese delegation here saying that they will take up a leadership role to ensure that the goals spelled out in the Paris Agreement will be turned into action. Let's listen in.
Many parties call it an implementation COP, an action COP. So for China, we are willing to work with all other parties. First, to further promote the implementations of the Paris Agreement. So this is regarding also the negotiations held regarding making those implementation policies and measures for the Paris Agreement. Also, we are also keen to enhance each party's actions on tackling and combating climate change.
Well, of course, Penina, the level of commitment shown by big countries like China is encouraging indeed. But also we know that across the globe, there is a lot of commitment when it comes to going green. Morocco itself hard at work on that front. What can you tell us about some of Morocco's projects in that regard?
Well, Lindy, Morocco has emerged as a pioneer in renewables, which is the main priority here at COP22. And what's currently now creating a buzz is what is being referred to as the world's largest concentrated solar power plant. Now, that's located in a city called Ouarzazate in the Sahara Desert. And the first phase of it has a generating capacity of 160 megawatts. That's really huge, Lindy. But that's not the only project that the Moroccan government has undertaken. Our Dan Williams has been taking a visit around, and he now introduces us to some more of such projects.
The Koutabia Mosque is the key landmark of Marrakech and dates back more than 800 years. But this historical masterpiece is also shining a light on the future. That's because it has undergone a green transformation. Solar panels have been installed on the roof, while LED lighting has cut the electricity bill by 90%. The project is partly funded by the German government.
Well, this is actually a 100% Moroccan idea that came up in 2014, long before we arrived here. It was the Ministry for Islamic Affairs in Habous that got together and basically thought about a way to bring forward the energy transition here in Morocco.
Morocco is targeting a similar transformation at 600 mosques across the country by 2019. The key aim of the project is to raise awareness of energy efficiency.
When you're developing those technologies in mosque, it's to sensibilize the people who, when they come back to their home, they can use this technology in their home. That's the big issue. Energy efficiency is a lot of sensibilization. That's why we believe that this approach, as having a technology, of course, as having us changing behaviors.
That point is further underlined with a digital display outside the entrance that proudly promotes the energy saving. The project also aims to create employment within the renewable energy sector. Morocco has established itself as a regional renewable energy leader. This initiative is yet another example of that. But those behind this project believe further advancements are possible.
We are already seeing a lot of interest now from various kinds of public buildings to participate and to lower their electricity bill. We are really hoping that the partners can take this further, and that they have the necessary tools in their hands to equip as many mosques and as many other public buildings in this country as possible.
The mosque is at the heart of Marrakech, with the prayer room able to hold some 25,000 worshippers. Those behind this project hope this energy plan can shine a light for future generations. Dan Williams, CCTV, Marrakech.
Certainly wonderful to see the level of innovation in the green economy. Of course, Panino, there's still quite a few more days to go in the COP22 summit. What can we expect to see in the days to come?
Well, Lindy, on Monday, heads of state and government representatives will officially get into town. And it's obviously going to be a very intense week this coming week, because that's when we see now solid discussions about policy and political commitments. Now, also this coming week, starting Monday, the UN Environment will be launching an ambitious new program supported by China. And that's, of course, focusing on a green South-to-South cooperation. So what basically this program is all about is helping global South governments improve the livelihoods of their people and meet their climate targets. So this will be launched this year. It will be scaled up to cover over 20 countries by the year 2025. Lindy.
All right, we'll leave it there, but thanks very much for that comprehensive update. Panina Karibe, live for us there in Marrakech.